things I'm forced to put up with.
Knight Rider, a shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who does not exist. Michael Knight, a young loner on a crusade to champion the cause of the innocent, the helpless, the powerless, in the world of criminals who operate above the law.
Hello and welcome to Beyond the Night, brought to you by the GCRN and Audible.com. I am one of your hosts, Steve, Joe, and Mike. Joining me is Dion the Music Man. Hello.
Hello. I will be
How
your
are
critic
you?
this evening.
Wait, what?
I said I will be your critic this evening.
Critic?
Yes.
I thought you were the ringmaster.
You know what? It was funny. I was watching that episode today.
Yeah. Oh, the
original car.
Trust Doesn't Rust. Yeah, Trust Doesn't Rust.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was great.
All right. Yeah, so today we're going to be going Beyond the Night and reviewing the final 3 episodes from Knight Rider Classic Season 3. Hit the turbo boost, Kit.
That's what I call a serious four-wheeler.
Well, what do?
I'm a nuclear physicist.
Just what is it you want?
Pegasus missile.
Wait! Monica, Dr. Knight won't remember.
Just as I thought, it's window glass.
I'm going to make you very sorry.
Michael, you're playing with suicide.
Suicide's letting them get away with that missile. Let's do it!
So first up today is Knight in Retreat. Michael poses as a space weapons scientist to gain access to a club operated by a woman dealing in blackmail and top secret weapon systems.
And we get to see this woman again. Yes, that's right.
Oh, God. Why didn't they just say that this was... I don't know. I'll get to that a little later.
And scanners off.
Yeah. The plot of this one is basically... this is basically a Bonnie-centric episode because one of her MIT professors gets killed.
Right.
And she wants Michael to investigate it, but at the same time she's like, oh, no, I don't care what you find, that's not the truth, blah, 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 whiny little bitch. And
Michael's trying to be like, look, I'm going to be honest, this is what I'm finding out.
Yeah, yeah. I like this one. It's an enjoyable episode. It's interesting, to say the least. It's interesting to see Michael play a nerd compared to what happened last podcast episode.
I know, don't remind me. That was just a nightmare.
So funny. Any thoughts on the plot for Knight in Retreat?
Plot was okay, but I really think they were trying to stretch for this one. It is enjoyable, like you said. It's just a matter of, do you want to go see it again? I mean, you have the action, so yeah, the action is still there.
I mean, I really enjoyed it. It's probably one of the ones it's probably one of the lesser known episodes that I could go back and watch and enjoy. But, alright, let's get to the scanners then.
There's a high fence surrounding the entire property. Of course, I could use my microwave jammer to open that gate.
See what you can find out about this. Wait a minute. I think think I found another way to get in.
According to various city records, this property is licensed as a private hotel spa, which appears to cater mostly to members of the scientific community. It also appears to be an entirely legitimate enterprise.
Which only goes to prove appearances can be deceiving. You ready?
Ready, but hardly willing. Michael, what happened to the good old days when we simply turbo-boosted over fences or crashed through walls?
You said it yourself, partner. The terrain is not suitable for turbo boosting.
Let's turn these scanners on. I love Kit's logic when it comes to parasailing. Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
Oh, God. No, not that.
Come on. Kit babysits a cat. Come on.
Yeah, that's actually it. It was kind of funny because I did write that note down when I saw that.
Yeah.
I did write that.
Why the hell does Michael say keep the water wet? I found it funny, but it's in Scanners On because I found it funny, but what the hell does keep the water wet mean? Oh,
I think it's a pre-sequel to Baywatch.
I
don't know.
Or it could be something more.
Yes.
Anyway, I love when Michael calls Kit, roar. What was that? Long story, I'll tell you later. Strictly in the line of duty. Right, Michael. And man, were there such deadly women in this episode. What did you like about this one?
And as for you, welcome to the Arctic. I liked that because it was just kind of interesting to see Kit eject a cat out of the car.
Mm-hmm.
So that was what I liked. The Kit Kat saying yes, that's what I wrote down. And the fact of Michael being held at gunpoint electronically so that Kit has to open a gate to save his neck.
Yeah, that electronic shock thing, that was, I don't know.
That was just interesting.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and get the scanners off because I find I have more there than I do here, so let's get there.
Kid.
I'm here, Michael.
What was that?
That is a very long story. I'll tell you about it later.
Alright, let's turn these scanners off. As I was saying earlier in the plot, why didn't they just say she was Adrian again? It would have made for a more compelling story. It would have given Michael even more gumption to go after her. I mean, come on. It's the same plot as she was trying to do in all the other episodes she was in. It's the same actress. Why not just use the old Adrian character? That
minus the Goliath plots.
Well, right, but
it's the same character.
Yeah.
It's the same.
With that electrode thing, when Michael is trying to free himself from being trapped shirtless on the table.
Yeah, I had that same
That
note.
electrode thing really worked like that. I call BS on that. That would never, I don't think. If we have any doctors or nurses that listen to this show, write in and let us know. feedback@geekcastradio.com. He takes an electrode that you would normally have on your chest to monitor you, and somehow there's a charge in it where it, I don't know, maybe it would because they were shocking him with the electrodes.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I found that the whole effect of it looked cool, but I found it weird. I'm like, that would never.
And you would think it would stop a person's heart. Like,
yeah, really.
You know, because that's pretty dangerous.
No. When Michael gets in the truck, when they're trying to get the missile back, his voice says it's all over, yet his lip movements say pull over. What a glitch night. But why? Okay, but why would you need unless he had to go back in ADR and do it, which is ADRing is a lot of stuff that they do in voice acting sometimes, but it's one of those things where it makes no sense that would have to happen in a television show when all you have to do is say what you mean and not
And they may not have been able to actually get the on-camera section fixed.
Yeah, possibly. So a picture of this will be in the post. People might not get it because it is the usual turbo boost press, but Michael is off elsewhere, dealing with the other criminals, and Kit is chasing after the four-wheeler. If Michael isn't in Kit, then who the fuck pressed the turbo boost button? There is a finger that actually presses it versus just the button lighting up. Yes, I know when Kit is self-driving that there were drivers hidden in the back seat and all that, but I call BS on the finger press because
that had to be an error.
Yeah, it is, but I'm just saying, like, it looked like David's finger, and I'm like, he's not even in the fucking car. Somebody cut his finger off and just glue it there?
Oh my god.
I don't know. What didn't you like about this one?
Some of the nobody can drive a truck and have a fighting scene on top of it. I'm sorry. There's just no. And then you have to dodge that electrical shock thing without falling off.
Yeah.
Give me a break. Not happening.
Anything else?
No, not that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think I think they could have used someone else for the villain. Instead of asking Ann Turkle to come back. I mean, and it's not that she's a bad actress.
No, not at all.
Not at all. I think they should have just asked someone else to play the villain for this one. The villain role.
Yeah.
I think that's about it, really.
All right, we're going to move on to the next episode then.
Michael, we're locked into a laser tracking system.
A truckload of confiscated weapons was stolen from a police warehouse. The weapons included 2 laser rifles.
I want to find out if he really belongs here.
There are truck tracks going in, no truck tracks going out. Only one direction left.
Up?
Go!
Now it's time for Night Strike to find a stolen laser rifle. Michael attends a survivalist convention where pistols taken in the same robbery have been sold. I will say this. At least Sheila has more character development than Mickey ever did.
I think it's the same individual.
That's why I say that.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was the same person.
It's the same actress, yes. Yeah.
I got bored with this one, though, real quick.
Yeah, I can tell by that yawn. Listeners, that yawn was intentional. He's not tired. That was meaning he was bored with this episode.
No, that yawn was meant to be put there.
Yes. This episode is just so stupid. And then they never say where the dude that he's been looking for 3 days was.
No.
It makes no friggin' sense whatsoever. So, alright, so let's just get straight to the scanners.
Well, Michael, we're almost home.
Shh, don't say that too loud. With any luck, we'll get there before Devin calls.
He does seem to have an uncanny knack in that area.
Uncanny is one way of putting it. Perverse is another.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far, Michael. Devin is calling.
Speak of the devil. I beg your pardon. Devin, it's just a figure of speech. What's up?
Let's turn these scanners on. As I already said, the Sheila character is so much better than Mickey.
Yeah, she's developed a lot. It's the same person, but
it's the same person, same actress, but the character is so different.
Yeah.
The auto roof, I noticed it in this episode, but Kit's auto roof, it seemed to have changed since earlier. At least since the Chuck episode. Little buddy.
Night in Disgrace.
Yes, if you look at Night in Disgrace and you look at this episode, the auto roof has severely had an upgrade.
Yeah.
And I like it. I think it's interesting, but I wish somewhere, somehow, Bonnie would have said, "Oh yeah, amongst other upgrades, I also upgraded your
sunroof."
Yeah. Kit pulls the helicopter in. That was an awesome. It's an awesome way to use a winch. What did you like about this one? Anything?
Like you said, the person that plays Sheila, she's obviously developed. She's not like Mickey. Just the helicopter scene, and there's a few scenes here and there that look good. That's pretty much it, I guess, for this one.
Yeah, and as far as Scanners Off goes, I didn't really have, I don't like this episode in principle, because it's, as we said, it's a boring episode, but there were, it's not like Night in Retreat, where there are specific glaring issues that I have as far as, nitpicks go, but this one, it's I can't even honestly nitpick the actress's voice, because actually it sounds better than...
She sounds better than... Yeah.
Yeah. But as far as other things I didn't like about it, I really don't have anything, but at the same time, it's just a generic Knight Rider episode.
Yeah.
There's nothing
it's one
really
you can watch, but I don't think you'd go back to seeing again.
Oh, no, not at all. So we're going to move on to the final episode of the day.
No one ever hired Turbo Man for driving through the front gate like a tourist.
Turbo Man?
Welcome to Circus Major.
Terrific. My friends call me Michael.
She says you're going to give Circus Major a real shot in the eye.
Why do I get the feeling someone doesn't want Turbo Man in your circus?
Together, they will pass through the ring of fire.
If he's that interested in fires, maybe you should give him one he won't forget.
An incendiary bomb might jump.
And the quote-unquote season finale, Circus Knight. Now, I will say
Warner Brother, what is it? Barnum and Bailey joke here.
Yeah, I guess.
Just saying.
Yeah. I never... first of all, I'm not a fan of circuses whatsoever. I find them so boring. Fire guy, knife thrower, knife swallower, fire eater, tiger lead. Every time I've gone to a circus, every time I went to a circus as a kid, which thank God wasn't many times, I was just like, okay, so they're gonna... I mean, I'm not taking away from specifically trapeze artists, that's acrobatics, that's physically doing something, but the more obscure things that circuses have, the bearded lady, or like I said, the knife swallower, or the fire eater, or the fire... I just don't fucking get it. I like this episode overall. I think it's a decent regular episode, but it's not an episode that's going to be I watch all the time. As a season finale, it just fails. It does have a really, really great story, but when I think of a season finale, the whole point of your ending your season and being able to go and give people something to come back and look forward to, this so far Knight Rider is 0 for 3 in the season finale departments.
Yeah, because especially near the end of this episode, you don't need a clown and a banker to be the villains.
Yeah, no.
You just don't,
Yeah.
And in a way, kind of in a way, we're kind of dealing with drugs, sort of, but not quite, because you remember that, Terry had a brother named Peter, and he was a trapeze artist,
Yeah.
And he gets killed. You know.
Yeah.
And so
they had injected him with something or did something to him
right.
or whatever.
DMSO, DMSO, which is a drug that's supposed to be into bloodstream and that type of thing, and you find out kind of what the plot is as the story.
Yeah, I mean, I like the fact that the episode kind of centers around something that kind of from Devin's past. I like that part about it. But I just don't see a circus episode being a decent season finale at all. I just don't.
I know they tried to cover Michael's past on a lot of the episodes, but do you realize that we've only seen 2 Devin from the past episodes that I know of?
Yeah. Yeah, because the only time he ever talks about his past is when he's motorbiking or the fact that he was part of a circus. And
yeah, and you remember in season 2, Merchants of Death.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's kind of like we don't really get to see his past, and I know that it's supposed to be around Michael Knight. I understand that, but you would think you'd want to see the boss's past, just a little bit of it, so Michael kind of gets an understanding of him. Since Devin knows Michael's past.
Right. Yeah, you would think. All right, let's get to the scanners.
You're going to be a lot busier than you think.
No way, buddy. I'm out of here.
Oh, Martha, there it is.
Is he in the car?
I don't know, sweetheart. We'll soon find out.
Why don't I like the sound of that? Let go of my door, please.
Open up. I got the estimate here.
For what?
To fix my car.
Calling that a car is an insult to auto technology.
Listen, friend, you hit me, and you're gonna pay for it. Replace rear cracked window. Repair dings. Recover the roof. Right front fender. Replace bumper. Trunk lid. Wheel covers. Prime and paint. $4,681.
You'll have to forward your bill to the Foundation for Law and Government.
Law and government?
Right.
All right, let's turn the scanners on. What'd you like about this one? Anything?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head, except the fact that you actually get to see Michael going in as Turbo Man. That was just kind of funny to me. And then, just that, I guess.
Yeah, I like that, and I like the fact that Kid is pretty apprehensive about the whole being a circus attraction and whatever else, and I like the fact that, of course, not all of it would be David doing the stunt, but I like the fact that they show him standing on Kit with all the gear and everything else, and
right,
and all that, and I like the whole fact that Kid is honestly the best part of the circus. The rest of it just, how many times can you do the, car that's two inches in diameter and have 16 fucking clowns pop out? I honestly do not, I have a sense of humor, but I see no humor in clowns getting out of a tiny car. That doesn't make me laugh at all. But I mean, I did like bits and pieces of this episode. I thought it was really interesting. I love the guy that I've seen him elsewhere. The guy, the Barnes guy, the
Jeff Barnes,
the banker. Yeah, I've seen him elsewhere, and of course, James. She's played by James Callahan. Let me do a quick search here. What I know I've seen him.
He's been in some other stuff.
I know I've seen him in other things as well. Sadly, I think
Uh-oh.
I think he passed away.
Oh.
Let me see here. 19... Well, maybe this is the wrong guy, because I don't see Knight Rider on his, anyway, I know I've seen this guy somewhere.
Didn't they have him twice? Because didn't he play the sheriff in A Good Day at White Rock?
That's where I've seen him before. Yeah, you're right. That's true.
And that was in season 1.
Yep. I think that's where I've seen him before. Let me just look at these episodes here. Let's see. Circus Knight, Daredevil actor is forcing him to bankruptcy. Yeah, it doesn't say. I'm gonna have to look it up, and I'll bring it up at the bottom of the show or whatever else. But I know but even besides the sheriff in season 1,
right?
I'm pretty sure I've seen him in something else outside of Knight Rider.
Yeah. Not remembering what.
Yeah. All right, so let's just turn the scanners off. Was there anything you didn't like about this one?
Just bad season finale.
Yeah, that's pretty much my only thought on it. Is that it's not a season finale, contender at all. As a regular episode, I really enjoyed it. As the fact that this is what ended season 3, I think that's lame as hell.
Yeah.
So, all right, we're gonna take a quick break, and you're gonna hear some ads and some other stuff, and we'll come back to close the show after this.
Kid?
Yes?
Shut up.
Coming to Grand Rapids, Michigan on September 21st and 22nd is GrandCon Gaming and Comics Convention, presented by Celebration Cinemas. Join us in playing or chatting it up with fellow enthusiasts in a community that understands your passions. Get lost in the adventure of your favorite role-playing game. Admire costumes and art from vendors and attendees. Meet the creators behind your favorite mainstream and independent games and comic books. Check out unpublished games and sneak peek at things to come. You can get all this and more at GrandCon. For more information, please visit www.grand-con.com.
50 years ago, a little old man brought his little blue box to a junkyard, and now Doctor Who is a cultural phenomena worldwide. Join the Geekcast Radio Network and Mark Who 42's Whoniverse as we review Doctor Who episodes past and present, discuss the Doctor's friends and enemies, see where the Doctor's been, where he is, and where he's going. Sit back and grab a jelly baby and join Mark Who 42's Whoniverse. It's the ride of this and every other lifetime.
Fantastic.
Allons-y.
Kid?
Yes, Michael.
Just keep driving.
So we are back, and as I was trailing off earlier at the end of Circus Knights there, James Callahan, also known as James T. Callahan. The other thing I remember him from, I remember seeing him in like Highway to Heaven. I remember seeing him in Growing Pains. I remember seeing him in the A-Team as Dr. Falone, U.S. Army. He was in, weirdly enough, he was in Remington Steele as Emmett Devone. He was in Too Close for Comfort.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was in, let's see. He was in, how many episodes of that? From 87 to 90, he was Walter Powell from Charles in Charge. That's where I remember him from outside of Knight Rider.
Okay.
But he did sadly pass away in 2007. The last major thing that we would have known him from would be 2006's Seventh Heaven.
Who did he play in that?
He played Father Mulligan. He was also in ER. He was Mr. Bristol / Oliver. Wow, he was on the Chicken Soup for the Soul TV series. Okay, that book series got a TV series? Holy crap. Not know that. He was in Sybil in 1996. His father Linman. So yeah, I remember him from other, like, I knew when I saw him as Jeff Barnes and I heard his voice, I'm like, I know that guy. Where do I know that guy from? Alright, so let's pull out the kid cars today. What do you give Night and Retreat?
Oh, wow. You know, I actually have to give this... I actually have to give it a 2. 2 kit cars.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3. There's so much. Like, I love the episode, don't get me wrong, but like analyzing it, there's so much wrong with this episode. Everything I pointed out, it's like that makes no sense whatsoever. Alright, next one. Let's see. What are you going to give Night Strike?
1 kit car. Because just for the simple fact of
it's boring.
Yeah, it doesn't. I'm like, okay, really? It's just basically on for background noise.
Yeah. For me, I'm gonna give it a 2. It's boring. Like you said, it's on background noise, but it's not like it's no it's no Forget-Me-Not. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
It's 10 times better than that. So, what about Circus Knight? Now, for Circus Knight, we're going to give this 2 ratings. We're going to give it an overall episode rating, and then we're going to give it a season ending rating just to let the listeners know. What is your overall episode rating for Circus Knight?
I give it an F for fail. I really do. Just because it just
0 to 5, damn it. There is no letters.
No, I know, but I'm saying
yeah.
I'm saying in general, I give it an F for fail, but I know what you're meaning by numbers, so I give it a 0 for numbers.
Holy crap! It's not. Well, I don't care for circuses. It does have.
Well, I mean, it's like it's the 0 for it's the 0 for the finale. It's not so much the episode.
Right. Well, I asked you, what would you give it for overall?
Overall, I would probably give it a 3.
Okay, but as a season finale, you give it a 0.
Yes.
I'm right there with you. I give it a 3 overall, but as a season finale, it fails.
Yeah.
And it gets 0.
Yeah.
So. All right, you want to tell people about the other stuff that you do?
Oh, the other stuff I do, come over to www.sky106.net. Check out my broadcast. Along with other broadcasts, you can add us to MSN Messenger, follow us on Twitter, send us feedback, check out the schedule, and if you think you have what it takes to become a DJ, fill out the application all on sky106.net. You can also, if you wish, follow me on Twitter, themusicman08. That is TheMusicman08.
Damn, if the 08 wasn't in there, I was going to say MOUSE.
I was thinking that. You know that?
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
All right, so thank you for joining us here on Beyond the Night. There are several ways to get in contact with us or leave feedback for the show. Visit the website, geekcastradio.com. You can comment on each and every episode post. Email us, feedback@geekcastradio.com. Follow us on Twitter, @Beyond the Night is the show Twitter. Mine is TFJoe and Mike. You can also follow @GeekCastRadio for all the other network updates. Become a fan on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/GeekCastRadio Network. Call the voicemail line. Tell us the show you're leaving the message for and your name. 502-526-5821. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Beyond the Night and wish you'll join us next time when we will be recapping Season 3. For now, I am TFJ and Mike with
The Music Man, not related to Mickey Mouse. I promise. I just did that for clarification in the show. Okay?
Mickey Mouse, the black version.
Oh God!
Get close the show.
Oh no, I thought they arrested her too.
Wrong, buddy. The authorities have found a brand new home for her.
Just so it's far away from me.
Actually, the Foundation was thinking of adopting Shiva as a pet.
You have to be kidding.
Hey, we have a kit. Why not have a cat?
Very funny, Michael. Very funny.